My name's Dwayne Cole, and I'm a tech at Guildline Instruments in Smiths Falls, Ontario, Canada. And we're going to attempt to demonstrate via this video how we use an 8400B salinometer to take saltwater sample readings, or salinity readings. I'll discuss roughly and quickly the makeup of this bottle for purposes of using it to test saltwater samples. I consider the top third of this bottle simply to be a flushing medium for the cell inside the salinometer. The middle third is the area that will give you valid readings, and after you get beyond 2/3 of the bottle, the readings that you see on the display will continue to increase in terms of their salinity content. As the contents of the liquid become exposed to air through the top of the bottle and the flushing tube, water evaporates, causing the salinity content to increase. This is why I don't tend to use the bottle beyond 2/3 of its content. What we're looking for when we're taking readings is a stream of 4 or 5 conductivity values, which are what are displayed here, all of the same value. Then we know that we have measured the salinity content, the usable salinity content of this bottle. I'll start by flushing the cell 2 or 3 times, as I said, to use up that top approximately third of the content. Once the cell is full and you want to attempt to read its value, you'll want to turn the flow rate back till you just see a bare trickle coming out of the cell drain. Turn the function switch to read and adjust the standardizing dial. This value displayed here will be twice the K15 or conductivity value displayed on the bottle. Turn back to standby, flush again, allow the cell to fill, again, and there we have had roughly 3 readings exactly the same in a row, and you'll also notice that we are in that range. And that tells me, based on my experience using one of these instruments, that that is the conductivity value of that salt sample. Now we will allow the salt sample to continue to run to demonstrate how the conductivity readings will change as the level in the bottle goes down and more of the surface is exposed to air. We are now reaching a point where the salinity content is exceeding this particular scale, and to get an appropriate reading or a correct reading, we'd have to adjust the instrument to a higher conductivity range. If you notice, the odd time it flashes. And that process will continue right on down through the entire bottle until the bottle is empty. We are beyond the usable sample range of this bottle. I'll now turn the unit back to standby, turn the pumps off. At this point, we will flush the cell out thoroughly with distilled water. Now this bottle does not say distilled water, it's just an old bottle I had that I filled with distilled water. Very important to keep the cell clean when the unit is not going to be used, or if you're changing salinity sample values. You want to start with a clean cell. I would flush the cell out 6 or 7 times with distilled water. If the unit is going to be left sitting for any period of time, I would leave the cell full of distilled water. If you're just cleaning it out in preparation for another salt sample of a different value, I would empty the cell and remove the bottle. Emptying the cell by holding the flush and turning off the pumps, turning the flow rate back. I don't know if you can tell or not by looking in at the cell, but it is empty at this point. It's now ready to start flushing with a different salt sample value. That is basically the method that we use for measuring saltwater samples. Thank you very much, and I hope this helps.